really appreciate anyone that comes over from the YouTube to hang out on the Twitch, but anyone that's here at all on YouTube or Twitch. Appreciate you being here. Funny you say that. When people finish 2.0, the community would say tutorial over now for the real game. I wonder if that's part of the reason why there's such a negative connotation on Realm Reborn. People just kind of view it, like the people that have been here since the start, kind of just view it as like the tutorial. Ha ha ha, I swear each time I see you, you remind me more and more of my younger self. At this rate, you're like to transform into a handsome devil before the moon's over. Now then, I believe you're here to learn. Unfortunately, I'm in no condition to teach. This is rather embarrassing to admit, but in my eagerness to prepare for the big match, I've overtrained and thrown my back out. I tell you, old age is hell's. I fear Chichudo will have to tend to you in my stead. How's it going, Trist? It seems the prospect of facing his old rival has lit a veritable fire under Master Hayman's backside. I am so relieved to see that he has a purpose again. The trick now is to keep a lid on his zeal, lest he injure himself. But let us speak of your lesson. When you are ready, come and meet me at Little Alamigo. I have a challenge in mind that you are certain to find stimulating. Where the heck is that? Oh, over here. I think. Wait. No, that's... place I haven't been yet. That other one is like the other service that I can go to first. Which I think is the one I'm actually supposed to go to first. The Hall of the Novice is the real tutorial. Yeah. Well, the thing with MMOs is there's just a lot to learn, you know. It's not your typical game tutorial that's like a couple minutes long and then you've learned pretty much everything you need to know. Like, you have to continually learn in an MMO for quite a while before you know everything. Still haven't finished the tutorial, yeah. Not sure I ever will. Jovial Giant. I went up a level. Just walking around. These enemies are level 25. Oh, I remember what Feint does. It's the debuff. I remember. That's a big boy. Ow. I was gonna say, I wonder if the needles get worse. So I let myself get hit by that, and they get worse. That's cool. That's the first time an enemy's actually killed me. I mean, it was a very obvious move to dodge, but yeah, don't dodge it, you die. I don't have any damage over time skills yet. I have a area of effect, damage over time. All I do is punch. All I do is paunch things. That's kind of how I feel about all the dodge moves, because they're so easy to dodge. Like, I feel like they should all kill you. But up to that point, none of the moves really hurt me at all. That one certainly did. Out of the Final Fantasy NES trilogy, which is your favorite? Well, so we're including 3, because 3 wasn't NES. It was technically Famicom, but still NES. You know what's weird? Kinda 1, honestly. Like, just favorite. I think 2 is the best by far. But I think me personally, I like 1 the best. 1 is the one that I would want to go back and play right now. If I had to pick between 1, 2, and 3. Like, I think it's just, we were actually talking Wednesday about how short games can be like so nice because, like, for replayability's sake. Oh my god, look at him go. What is that run? Still getting used to my new buttons here. Yeah, a lot of my favorite games to go back and play are short games, because it's not as much of an investment to go back and play them. Like, I love games like Dark Souls 2 or I don't know, God of War, or even something like Final Fantasy XIII. But once you play them, you're kind of done for a while. Like, play it once and you're probably not playing it again for a couple of years. But a game like Spyro 1, for how small it is, I love going back and playing Spyro 1, because I can beat the whole game in an afternoon. I can just sit down, play it, enjoy the whole thing, you know? And because of that, I find myself going back to games like Spyro 1 so much more often. And they end up becoming some of my favorite games. A lot of my favorite games are games that I can beat in one sitting. Just because I find myself going back and doing it all the time. Whereas a game that's this huge, massive experience, it's like, yeah, it's awesome, but like I only experience it once every couple of years because I don't really have any inclination to go back and do it again. It's just kind of interesting. But I feel that way about Final Fantasy 1, you know. I could pick up Final Fantasy 1 any day and beat it. You know, maybe not necessarily in an afternoon, but beat it in a few afternoons and be done with it and enjoy it and move on, or come back to it sooner rather than later. Maybe try a different class setup and just kind of run through it, you know. So 1 really has a lot of replayability for me. I could pick it up any day and enjoy it. Whereas 2 and 3 are a bit more of an investment. Not as much of an investment as the later games, but definitely more of an investment than Final Fantasy 1 is. So yeah, given the decision of just 1, 2, and 3, I would say 1 is my favorite, but 2 is definitely the best. 2 really is the most Final Fantasy of Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3, which is weird to say because you would think it'd be 1, but 2 has more of what you expect out of modern Final Fantasy in it. 1 was just getting its feet wet, and 3 kind of faltered a bit in a lot of ways. 3 also innovated in a lot of ways, but 3 was a bit of a step back in my opinion. 2 was really ahead of its time with its story and its characters and some of its mechanics. Like, it was really ahead of its time. The big glaring flaw with 2 is the level system, but other than that, it was really ahead of its time in a lot of ways. Whereas 1, like I said, was kind of getting its feet wet, and 3 kind of went back to a lot of what 1 did before 4 really... Like, Final Fantasy IV is such an incredible game, because like the difference between 3 and 4 is just like insane. You can really see how they took inspiration from 2 and like went 500%, you know, really like blew it out of the water. People regard 2 as the worst in the series. I haven't heard that at all. I mean, I'm not like super shocked, but I haven't really heard that. You guys think 2 is the worst in the whole series? Or are you saying like... Or are you pointing out like very specific people that say that? Are you saying like the majority of people say that, Proggers? Or are you just saying like, yeah, and some people even say 2 is bad? Maybe I read your comment wrong. It's hard to get the inflection from like what you were saying. I don't know if you were saying like... the general think that, or you were saying like and people still, some people still think 2 is the worst. Like, I think that's what he was actually saying. I don't think it's that common. I haven't really heard that. Really? I haven't heard that. I don't know. I've not heard that too. I mean, I think that a lot of people... I guess I have heard a lot of people complain about the level system in 2. That is true. Like, that's one of the biggest frustrations of the whole series for people is 2's level system. So I get that. Yeah, maybe that's just... because that it is pretty bad. Like, it really alienates a lot of people, the way 2 works. That makes sense, I guess. For me, though, I really disagree. Like, I think that the level system in 2 is a big flaw, but so much else in 2 is good and set the standard for the whole rest of the series that I would not call it the worst. But I guess we'll see when I'm done with Fantathon. I'm going to go back and look at everything and come up with a list, and maybe I do put 2 as the worst, but I kind of doubt it, given what I remember. And I'll go back and watch everything again, but from what I remember, I would not put 2 as the worst. Not by a long shot. In fact, like I said, I think 2 is easily the best out of 1, 2, and 3 for me. But I think some people weigh the level system in 2 heavier than I do. It didn't bother me that much. I was able to just play through the game without breaking the system or feeling like it was screwing me. But some people, maybe the level system just really gated them out of enjoying it. Seraphic, thank you for the gift of sub to Zenik. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm waiting for you, Petra. Today your training will be to prepare for Master Heyman's training. Oh, I don't know why that got skipped. Lets you think this task to be drudgery. The locations are rife with peril. Your skills will certainly be put to the test. By way of advice, you must approach dangerous fiends. Lightness of foot is your greatest ally. Now off with you, Petra. Go set up those striking dummies. I shall await your return. I'd set up more striking dummies. Great. After Fantathon, you'll go back and replay the whole series again? No, not replay. Like, watch all of my gameplay. And because I want to make an unbiased, quote-unquote, list of the games. And so, I want to go back and assess how I felt about the game while playing it, and then how I feel about it now being done with all of them. And then from there, what is this? Oh, it's levies. And then come up with a general list of, I hate to say worst to best, but worst to best. I will say this. I will say this without a shadow of a doubt, and you can fight me on it if you want, but the DS version of Final Fantasy III is the worst in the series. That I will say. I'm willing to put my foot down on that one. But fortunately, Final Fantasy III's original version is much better. But the DS version of 3 is awful. I really dislike that game a lot. There was a lot wrong with it. And they tried to fix things that didn't need to be fixed. And it does not feel like it's even really in the spirit of Final Fantasy III at all. Because Final Fantasy III was supposed to return to the series' roots of 1 and not really have like character names and be more about the adventure and be more about the class system, and they just kind of like totally blew that with the DS remake. They tried to make it more like 2, where there was like characters with stories, but then they gave them backstories and then nothing happens because the game is not built for story, it's built for being an adventure. Just, the people that made that remake didn't understand Final Fantasy III at all. Where am I putting these dummies? Am I the dummy? I put one down, and then now there's no markers. Oh, they're like way off. So he had me put one here, and then the other ones are like way off in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Yeah, I definitely was not a fan of that DS remake at all. And it was just ugly. I hated the look of it. Like, that's definitely a game where I prefer the older graphics. You know what I mean? Like, looking at the Famicom graphics, it's like a breath of fresh air versus looking at the ugly 3D models. I would much rather look at the retro graphics. They genuinely look better, like, they are more entertaining to look at. I don't think you're really a black sheep for liking 3. But like that's the thing with the series in general, is that everyone has a favorite, and every game has someone who loves it, which is what makes Final Fantasy so cool. There's people that think 15 is the worst in the series, and there's people that think that 15 is the best in the series. Okay, I made a horrible mistake. I still cannot get used to these buttons. I'm like trying to hit the D-pad when I'm holding L2. I shouldn't be. I'm all the way here. Didn't I attune to the thing? I guess I didn't make it my home though. Okay. Those guys were, I feel like that's part of a quest or something, because they were on my level, but completely, they were like mega tanky. Yeah, that was the whole point of 3, was they were going back to the original idea of just having like warriors of light and be more focused on the adventure itself and the class system. But then the people that made the remake were like, we gotta give them names and give them backstories and make them kids for some reason. And it's like, they just didn't really understand what 3 was really supposed to be about. The people that made the 3 remake, I think, played newer Final Fantasies and thought, oh, we could add to this, you know? They didn't appreciate what 3 actually is. Now, for me, I'm not really a big fan of that mentality. I like Final Fantasy for the story and the characters and the whole idea of people from different backgrounds coming together to defeat an evil. But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate like Final Fantasy 1 for what it is. And like I said, 1 is probably the most fun to replay. But you know, that didn't help me when playing 3, especially DS. That definitely altered my opinion of 3 a bit, just because it's not what I personally enjoy in the series. The mages are weak but do a lot of damage. It's good to know. I don't want to try taking this guy out again. I wish I had a projectile. I can't. I can't, drag him out very easily. Bro, these guys are insane. They take no damage and they do 1,000,000 damage. What? I don't understand. The other level 26 guys are like easy to kill. And those guys rock my socks. All right. We have finally found some enemies that are tough. Like actually tough. Like on my level, but tough. You know, the more I think about it, the more bizarre it is that you lose experience in 11 when you die. If you were to, before I played the MMOs, if you were to tell me that one of the online Final Fantasies you lose experience when you die, I definitely would have told you 14. Because that's more of a newer concept. That's more of a post-Dark Souls concept of like losing progress when you die. But it's so strange to me that 11 did that and not 14. I mean, losing progress when you die is an ancient concept, but in modern games, it didn't become a very common thing until after Dark Souls era. Run! This guy's tough, we can take him. I'm really glad I decided to come to this area now, because these enemies are pretty fun to fight. From my experience, it doesn't seem like people like MMOs to be challenging in that way, or like punishing. From my experience talking to people, it seems like people want the game to be pretty chill until like you're raiding with friends. You want to be able to just like chill and grind and learn the game and then get serious only at very specific points. That's just kind of the vibe I get from talking to people. That guy looks terrifying. Let's go fight him. I like how Chichudo was like, the places you're gonna have to go are gonna have really tough enemies, and then the places I went actually had tough enemies. I'm impressed. You ordered more Final Fantasy cards? Good. Dude, if you saw the amount of cards I have right now, you would think I'm like actually addicted, which to be fair I am, but no, I bought a bunch of cards all at once to like pace over the next month or two because Black Friday and Cyber Monday, so I tried to buy like stuff while it was on sale and then just pace it so I won't be buying anything for a while. But it looks like I just went out and bought like $1,000 worth of cards. If my wife saw my pile of cards, she'd be like calling her mom. We gotta have an intervention. He's gone off the deep end. Which, I mean, it's not completely an unfair assessment. Have kind of gone off the deep end. Let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is here. No, man, I know I've already said this a bunch, and I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but I feel incredibly, incredibly blessed that I'm able to do something that I was really passionate about back in high school, and then I lost passion for it in college, and post-college, I just totally lost the passion for trading cards. I was super into it, and then completely fell out of it. It's just, you know, school and work and all of my friends that did play cards, I lost contact with. So I just completely lost it and always thought like I would not be into it ever again. Like it was just kind of a thing I used to be into and now I'm not into it and that's it. But through these card streams, I have genuinely like rekindled this old flame, this old passion I had for something. And for you guys to like allow me to do that and not only allow me to do it, but like support it and like support specifically the card streams. People have been like super supportive during the card streams. Then a bunch of people have bought cards from me and like continue to support it in that way. People have sent me cards. I have a buddy, someone that has been part of the stream for a long time, owns a card shop, and I visited his card shop and he gave me a bunch of cards. Like, it's been a huge, incredible blessing. And like, I cannot thank you guys enough for just allowing me to do my thing, and not only just allowing me to do it, but like embracing it and supporting it. Like, I'm incredibly blessed. It's just super, super cool. And I know a lot of people feel the same way. Like, they've also, through the card streams, have rekindled their love for cards as well, which is really cool to hear. But yeah, it's just been awesome. I look forward to card streams every week now, like every time we get to do it. Which, speaking of which, we're going to be doing it on Monday morning. We're going to open the meme cards that you guys donated for. And then I also have some other cards to open that are not meme cards. Although I'm going to be honest, Vanguard's pretty cool. Like, meme or not, the Vanguard cards look pretty cool. And it seems like Vanguard's really picking up steam, like a lot of people like it, so I'm kind of excited to open this. Vanguard. So we spun, for those of you that don't know, we spun the wheel of cards. It's a new thing we have. If we get a level 5 hype train, we spin the wheel of cards, and whatever it lands on, I have to buy and open. And we spun it last week, and we landed on meme. So I let chat decide what I was going to buy, and they decided to make me buy waifu cards. So we bought Azure Lane cards, which are like the super waifu cards. But then we also bought Vanguard, which is like waifu, but also not. Like waifu cards, but a little more serious than Azure Lane. Azure Lane is just one set of Weiss cards that are based on the games. But Vanguard's its own like whole thing. It's got multiple sets. It's a whole game, like it's kind of a serious thing. Happens to have waifus, but also many cards that are not waifus. And it seems like a really cool game. And more and more, I'm hearing more people say like they're into the Vanguard cards. So I'm kind of excited to open those. No, not Call of Duty Vanguard. God, good lord, no. I think there's some husbandos in there, yeah. There's definitely some husbandos. But, you know, like, it's a bit more serious. Not just character. I think it's not just characters, too. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to really say, but... Going chipper. We will be, yeah. For Fantathon, I'm just going through the main story solo, but then we're going to be doing some stuff with the community afterwards. I am dead. Dude, it's crazy. Like, everyone's fine except the mages. The mages just give you the business. There, I went into that fight hurt, though, so that was my fault. I'm really enjoying this quest a lot. I have to actually, like, focus. Let me play some alerts while we're walking back. Out of the SNES games, which is the Final Fantasy you wish to go back to between 4 and 6? Which one do I wish to go back to? 5. 5 was the one that definitely grabbed me the most. And, like, I think I missed the most out of, like... I feel like if I play 5 again, I'll learn a bunch more about it that I don't know currently. So I really want to play 5 again. Now, having said that... the only one that I have gone back to since then is 6. Because, I looked into the 6 speedrun a bit, and also just checked out, like, parts of the game again. Like, 6 is by far the one that, like... Well, I guess I shouldn't say by far, but... The one that captured me the most, I think, like, overall, but... Yeah, something about 5, like, I really want to go back and play again. But if I were to, like, play one of them seriously, I guess, for whatever reason, it would very potentially be 6. Hey, that guy's not subbed. Get him! He healed. It's not allowed. Holy cow, Solidus. Thank you so much for the tier 3 34 months, man. That is so generous of you. Thank you, thank you. You're amazing. Thank you so, so much. And Seraphic, thank you for the gifted sub to UTB, and yet thank you for the tier 2 gifted sub to Chipper. Hello. Okay, then. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean, 4, 5, and 6. I need to play them all more. Did I just miss on the stunned target? And UTB, they give me the gifted sub to Ortho. Welcome back, man. Oh my goodness, we almost have another hype train going. Time for more cards. Alright, can I pull somebody? Problem is, this guy's a mage, so he's not gonna pull very well. He's just gonna shoot at me. Correct. Oh my goodness, the hype train has begun. Knock, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Panther. And that's for Panther's full year. Enjoy the red badge, man. Okay, we got a fire dancer. I don't see any mages. Well, the fire dancer is a mage. Oh, okay, that works. What? Am I not logged on? Pull this knuckle duster out. Oh. The mage saw me. Pull this guy. Kill the mage. Kill the mage, kill the mage, kill the mage. Yeah, now we're gaming. How's it going, Solidus? We did. So we got one more month to go. Talked about it this morning. Alright, dude, this is the most fun I've had playing this game so far. I'm actually having to, like, focus on what I'm doing and use the correct abilities and dodge. Well, there's not any dodging against these guys, but... get the side damage? I couldn't even tell. Oh god, there's more. Hello. Hello there. Yeah, think of the two tier 2 gifted subs. Hello? Can somebody please tell Yet that they don't have to do tier 2 gifted subs every time? You can do tier 1s. It is possible. They have that button on there you can press. We'll do a tier 1 sub. Nope, 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 not today, not today, not today. Yeah, we need to have an intervention. Yet, we all love you here. And we all care for you, and we just want the best for you. You're addicted to tier 2 subs. I know it's hard to hear. And I know you don't want to hear it. But you're addicted. Yeah. Take it from someone who is addicted to cards. Take it from a fellow addicted person. Alright, I'm gonna walk in, I'm gonna feint the mage, and then I'm gonna blast. Brain blast. Sarah, big thing with the tier. What? Did you just gift a tier 3 sub? Excuse me? Excuse me? That's against the rules? That's against the law? Hey, where'd you go? Hey! They're respawning. These guys are so high level, but I feel like they're not even giving me much XP. How's it going, Aaron? Surprise! I have no idea, Aaron. Just go play Vincent's Gambit. just play my mods. Thanks. Yeah, I have no idea. All I know is the speedrun mod might be done soon. we might be able to actually speedrun the game again. Which is super hype. A level 29 swarm of wasps. Name something scarier. A level 30 swarm of wasps? Don't be smart with me. Yo, bro! With the 72 months. The Shiva badge. Thank you so much, bro. You are the salsa on my omelet. You know what I'm saying? I'll take it. That's an incredibly huge compliment. I'll have you know. Apparently I'm gonna have to fight something. And the enemies in this mission were very hard, so I'm a little afraid of what this boss is gonna be. Excellent work, Petra. All that's left is to have Master Hammond come and train. What are you doing here? The adventurer is a negative influence on Master Hammond. I'm going to see to it she never bothers him again. What are you talking about? Petra's the best thing that's happened to Master in years. If you want a piece of her, you'll need to deal with me too. Epic fight. Oh god. Your doggos aren't very strong. Doggo's got a big problem with staying alive. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Got reinforcements? Target the doggo, please. Hello. Try to always time my stun so I can get my flank damage. Not that it's really that much more damage, but... Why, Rurukuda? Why are you so bent on bringing down Master Hammond and seeing the guild in ruins? You have it all wrong. I'm doing this for Master's own sake. It's true I left the guild for the shock of seeing Master in the pathetic state. And it's true I got involved with some unsavory types. But where else was I supposed to go? Me, a refugee without a guild to his name. But for all the ungrateful things I've done, I've never forgotten how Master Hammond took me in and instructed me in the ways of the fist. This is why I wanted him to give up his foolish notion of facing Wegfar. You don't know that man like I do, Chichudo. Should this fight come to pass, I feel Master won't walk away with his life. It doesn't matter that Master has grown weak and feeble. I just want him to live, even if it means having him swallow his pride. Oh, Rurukuda, why didn't you just say so? But now that I know your mind, I can say with confidence you have no cause to fear. Petra is not the plague that you think she is. It's her will to succeed that's inspiring Master to regain his former strength. And when the day of the rematch finally comes, I've no doubt he will wall up that odious Wegfar to the 7th hell and back. I pray you're right, but whatever happens, know that I cannot help you. Not where I am. Chichudo, Petra, I leave Master Heyman in your care. Yeah, you're a loser. Gods, that felt liberating! Trading blows with Rurukuda and learning his true agenda, a great burden has been lifted off my chest. Let us return to the guild, Petra. You've had your training, and now it's time for Master Heyman's. Yeah, no, you don't get to walk in with the dude, like, at his side, and then be like, I don't want him to kill Master Heyman. You were there. You win with him. You were like right there on his, you were giving him the confidence to do it. You done blew it. And also, he was the one saying, like, wow, Master, you blow. Before. Which didn't help his confidence. If he loses, it's your fault. Yeah, very much so. Having a great time. Very impressed with a lot about this game so far. Welcome back, Petra. I'm told you've kindly set up some dummies for me. But gods, woman, did you have to put them in such dangerous places? To make matters worse, Chichudo's hidden my grog and says I won't see a drop of it till I've finished training. How the hell am I supposed to loosen my phlegm now? That girl will make a fine guildmaster when the time comes. I heard about Rurukuda as well, of course. For all his shortcomings, the boy has a good heart. While his concern is touching, I won't run from Wegfar. Not today, not ever. On that note, I best get ready for my little jaunt to Little Alamigo. If I can't face down a few mindless beasts, I'm in no shape to challenge Wegfar. Don't slack off, Petra, or I'll leave you in my dusty wake. So she got a better weapon out of that. And some really nice pants.